Today's topic, 27 signs a guy is into you. Today I want to share so many signs with you that prove that the guy that you have a crush on is totally into you. And the first sign is that he smiles whenever he sees you. He's in this positive, playful, and even excited mood whenever he sees you, whenever you go on a date, or even when you go out with a group of friends and he sees you. The moment he looks into your eyes, his whole mood changes. And he always tries to meet you alone. And whenever you tell him, I'm gonna invite my friend Alex and my friend Laura, then he gets disappointed. And you can hear it in his voice if you, for example, have a phone call with him and he says, okay, it's okay. But if you say, no, it's just us two, and he goes, okay, see you then. It's a totally different reaction when it comes to you meeting him alone or you meeting him with friends, because he wants to meet you alone and he can't stop staring at your beautiful lips. And all he can think of is, when can I finally kiss her? Or will she kiss me? Does she want me to kiss her? All these things are going through his mind and he can't stop looking at your lips because he wants to kiss you so bad. And his eye contact is either very intense or extremely shy. It totally depends on his level of confidence. If he's very self-confident, then he might look into your eyes, stare into your eyes, and have really intense eye contact, because he wants to let you know that he's into you. But if he's a shy guy, then he will look at you, maybe a little bit eye contact, then he looks to the ground again, then a little bit eye contact, then he looks to the ground again, because he's too shy. So it depends on how confident the guy that you're talking to really is. And he tries to touch you, and sometimes it can be awkward. For example, he wants to touch your lower back or he wants to touch your arm. And whenever he does that, he might act a little bit weird. He might act a little bit, you can say that he doesn't really know what he's doing, because he's shy, because he's nervous, or maybe he's overly confident and he touches you in a way that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, at least for the first stage of the dating process. I mean, you are here because you want to know if he's into you, so I assume that you are also into him. But when it comes to touching you, he might be a little bit awkward, so forgive him for that, because he's either too shy or he's too confident and too cocky, and this can then lead to the opposite extreme. And he always leans in when you're talking to him. No matter where you are talking to him, no matter how you are talking to him, he always leans in. He always wants to be very, very close to you. And he shows you that he wants to be very close to you. And then when he leans in, he might even use this chance to whisper something in your ear, because he wants to be really close to you. And speaking of being close to you, whenever he walks next to you, he walks so close that it's almost impossible to not walk hand in hand with him. And he either does that subconsciously because he wants to be close to you, or he does that consciously because he wants to hold your hand so bad. And if you're ever out on a date with a guy and he's walking very close to you while he's walking next to you and his hand touches yours, but he's a little bit too shy to grab your hand, even though you want him to hold your hand, then just open your hand a little bit, and this allows him to realize, hey, she really wants this, she just gave me her consent to hold her hand, and then he will hold your hand. And what if you are texting and he reads your text messages in lightning speed? You text him and boom, a couple of seconds later, he read the message. And WhatsApp and Facebook and all kinds of other messenger apps allow you to see when a guy has read your message. And when he always reads your message very fast, this means that he's just waiting for your text message, which means that he really likes you. And let's continue with texting. That's sign number 9. If he always texts back, and sometimes even multiple times, for example, you are having a texting conversation and you are then going to a meeting and you can't text him back, and he texts you during the meeting 2 times because he's worried, why doesn't she text me back? What's going on? Is everything okay? Does she still like me? And this can be a sign of a very insecure guy. And then it's your choice if you want to date this guy or not, but hey, maybe he's worth it. Maybe he's just a little bit shy. In this case, then it's always good to remember that when a guy texts you back multiple times, or when he texts you back very fast, even if it's just once, this means that he's into you. And he tries to impress you with his resume. He tries to impress you with his job title. He tries to impress you with his career. Maybe even with his car. And ooh, I have an apartment. Ooh, I'm so great. If he tries to impress you with all these things, he does that because he really, really, really likes you. And yes, I know, sometimes this can be so cringy. When a guy tries to impress you with his resume and goes, you know, I have this job title, I'm a manager in this company and I recently got a promotion. And you think to yourself, oh, don't mess everything up, why are you doing this? And in his mind, he's like, ooh, she will be impressed by that, ooh, that's great. And that's something that if you really like him, you want to forgive him for that, because it's something that guys do all the time. And I know it's not good, I know it's cringy, but a lot of guys do it because they truly believe that this is the way to impress women. And he waits for your reaction after every joke he cracks. That's also a sign that he's totally into you. If he, for example, cracks a joke that was a little bit politically incorrect, and you then act, not offended, but you act in a way of, I didn't get it, was it really so funny? And then, he will show you how much he likes you. Because then he waits for your reaction, and when you don't like it, he will get nervous. And that's actually a cool trick to find out if a guy is into you. Just let him crack a joke and then react in a little bit weird way. Maybe wait with your reaction, don't laugh immediately, and just see how he reacts. Because then, if he gets nervous, this means he likes you. Because it means that he wanted to impress you with his joke. And he also wants to impress you with his listening skills, because he knows that a lot of women complain that he just doesn't listen, but he listens to every word you say. He really listens, or let's say he tries to listen, but sometimes he has to stare into your eyes, sometimes he has to stare at your lips, and sometimes he forgets what you were saying. And he especially forgets what you were saying when he shows the signs of obsession. When a guy is really obsessed with you, and I don't mean that he just likes you, or that he's just into you, he's obsessed with you. He's absolutely obsessed with you. That means he's crazy for you, and he won't even look at another woman. And this is only possible if you activate his hero instinct. And if you want to find out how 7 of my amazing coaching clients have used this method to activate the hero instinct in the guy that they wanted to date, then you can click on the link in the description and find out more about this incredible method. If you activate his hero instinct, you have the chance to make him feel like the hero of the relationship with you. And every man from a very young age, from the very first time we watched Indiana Jones or Star Wars, we always wanted to be the hero. And if you give him the feeling that he doesn't have to choose between you and his hero's journey, then he will be loyal to you. So loyal that he won't even care about other women. And the best way and the easiest way, and to be honest also the only way, to do that is to activate this hero instinct. And if you want to have this power, then you can click on the link in the description, read this page till the very end, and I really mean read it till the very end. It's a long page, but you will thank me later for it. And then you can discover how you can activate his hero instinct. And he asks you a lot of questions about your family, your friends, and your life. This means he wants to find out who you are, why you are the way you are, why you think the way you think, and he just wants to find out if you are compatible. And that's a clear sign that he's into you. And when he gets nervous when a friend calls him out for liking you. Let's say you are out with friends, or with mutual friends, maybe with his friends, maybe with your friends. Doesn't matter who knows who. All that matters is that one person tells in front of everyone, or maybe even just to you and him, hey, you two are a couple, right? Come on, you two are dating. Or to him, you like her, come on, don't hide it anymore. And you can hear it, and he gets really nervous, and he might even get red like a tomato. This means that he really likes you. And he remembers your birthday and your middle name. Men are in general very, very bad at remembering these things. I mean, it took me years, okay, not years, but days to remember the birthday of my girlfriend. And sometimes I'm still thinking, was it this day or the other day? That's just how we men are. We can't remember these dates. But if he tries, and he tries to remember these dates, and he tries to remember your middle name, and he tries to remember all kinds of details of your life, this means that he's into you. And also when he gets nervous when there is silence in the conversation, because then he has the feeling that you lose interest, and then he gets nervous, and he might fill in the blanks with some gibberish small talk that doesn't make any sense, just because he doesn't want to, he just doesn't want you to get the feeling that the conversation is boring and that he's boring, and that's why he will talk about anything just to keep your interest. And he's curious whenever you text someone or whenever you play with your phone, because in his mind, whenever you pick up your phone and you do something, the first thing that pops up is, who is she texting? Who's the guy? Does she like me? Does she like him? So forgive him if he gets curious. For example, if you're sitting next to him and you're texting or you're doing something with your phone, maybe you're just checking the time or you're just texting your mom, and he then looks a little bit to the side like, whoop, to see what you're doing. He does that because he's into you. And another sign that he's into you is when he shares interesting stories with you, and you get the feeling that they are too good to be true and too adventurous to be true and just a little bit over the top. And he does that because he wants to impress you so bad. And then it's your choice if you want to call him out on it or if you want to act impressed because you really like him. And oh, what happens when other guys show interest in you? Then he gets nervous and maybe even very protective, and this also means that he's into you, otherwise he wouldn't be doing it. When a man acts very protective, when you are talking to other guys or when other guys show an interest in you, this means he really likes you. And if you are a part of his plans for the future, for example, he talks about where you could travel together. He doesn't just say, I want to travel there, but he says, hey, maybe we could travel there. Or what we could do together, maybe go to this place or watch this movie. This means that you are already included in his future plans, which means he wants to be your boyfriend so bad. And if you know exactly how to make him obsessed with you, by activating his hero instinct, by making him feel like the hero of this relationship, then he will be so obsessed with you and so loyal to you that he'll want to spend the future with you and travel to all kinds of exotic places with you. And yeah, then he can really see a future with you. And if you want to activate his hero instinct, or let's say have the power and the ability to activate this hero instinct in him, then you can click on the link in the description and find out more about this powerful method. And he pretends to like things you like, even though he doesn't really like them. When you're, for example, totally into horses and he says, oh, yeah, I totally love horses, oh, my favorite animals. You already know he's kind of lying, but he does it because he wants to impress you. So you might want to forgive him for that. And if you want to test him, you can say, okay, let's sit on a horse together, and he will be, oh my god. And what if his mouth gets closer and closer to your lips, but he just doesn't kiss you? This means he's too nervous, but he wants to kiss you so bad. Remember, he already stared at your lips. And now his mouth gets closer and closer and closer, and you're so close and you want to kiss him. Now what you can do is to just lean in a little bit, and then he might go for the kiss if he has some courage. And if you want to have the courage and the flirting skills and the communication skills and the ability to attract high quality men into your life and to then choose what kind of man you want to date and to find your dream partner, then you can click on the second link in the description and find out more about Skype coaching with me. I've already helped dozens of women to attract their dream guy, and I would love to help you too to achieve your dating goals and to then attract the man of your dreams. And let's face it, your friends already know that he's into you. That's also a sign that he's into you. If your friends tell you he likes you, that guy's totally into you, trust their instinct. Whenever we like someone, we don't see these signs that clearly because we always doubt ourselves. But your friends, as third-person observers, they know what's going on, so trust them. And what if he gets nervous when you run into his friends and they ask him if you are his girlfriend? And he wants to say yes, I want her to be my girlfriend, but he's too shy and he doesn't really know if you want to be his girlfriend. Whenever that happens, you might want to start a conversation about the boyfriend-girlfriend thing, if you want, right after you run into his friends and they ask you if you are a couple, because that's the perfect time to address it, and then you find out what he really wants. And he tries to tease you, and when he realizes that he just insulted you because his teasing was very bad and he messed it up, then he apologizes over and over again because he's afraid to lose you. And the last sign that he's totally into you that I want to share with you for today is no matter who he's talking to, he's always looking at you. No matter if he's talking to his friends, to strangers, to your friends, to his parents, it doesn't matter. He only has eyes for you. And that's a clear sign that he's into you. And when a guy is really obsessed with you, then he only has eyes for you and he won't even look at other women. And if you want to make him obsessed with you, you can click on the link in the description. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.